Hi there, I'm Sarah and I've got a quick 15-minute sequence for you for your hips and hamstrings this morning. If you've been doing any exercise or sitting for too long, then we'll need to stretch into the hips. So let's start by coming to kneeling here. Okay, take a big breath into your side body so you can get tall underneath the ribs here. Take your shoulders back and bring your hands down onto mid-thigh. Start to take a couple of lovely deep rounds of breath. As you settle in and just dedicate a few moments to yourself here to get some love into the hips and hamstrings. Okay, close your eyes and take 3 more deep breaths. Well done. Gently open your eyes. Okay, we're going to start this little sequence laying on our backs, and I'd like you to take with you, you can have a yoga strap if you've got a posh yoga strap, take that. This is an infinity strap, you could use that, or even a dressing gown cord. So really whatever you've got to hand. And we're going to start, make sure that's sort of somewhere you can get to it quite easily. All right, I'm going to be using my yoga strap and lay down on your back. Okay, so maybe you should make sure you scoot your shoulder blades underneath you and draw the front ribs in so you don't create a big back bend as we do this. Okay, and if you find that your neck is cranked here, you can always put a little something under the back of your head. Okay, that might happen if your hamstrings are tight. And then reach round and put your hands around the back of your hamstring, bend the knees to start with, keep the toes active, especially of this bottom leg, and start to draw, push your hamstring into your hands and resist a little bit. So create some tension there, and then gently start to draw that knee towards your right armpit. Okay, keep drawing the tummy in and the ribs in. And so it's going off slightly to the right. Keep breathing and pulling. Take one more breath here. And then gently release that off. Okay, let's do that one more time. So draw the knee towards the right armpit. Lovely. One more breath. Keep drawing the ribs down. And then release that off. And then you're going to take your strap and you're going to hook it right over the arch of the foot, not over the toes, otherwise it might fall off. Be careful of the buckle not bashing you in the face. And then start to straighten your leg. You're going to put the strap into your right hand as well. Okay, so if you look at my right arm, that's completely straight and the shoulders drawn back. So try not to do this. Try not to bend the elbow, otherwise it becomes an arm workout. Slide your hand up as far up your foot as you can go. Now, some of you who are a little bit more flexible might be able to get the whole foot there, the outside edge, or hook your fingers into your big toe, or hold the strap, okay? And whichever one you're doing, still flex your foot and push your big toe mound up towards the ceiling so the leg is lovely engaged, and straighten the leg, all right? And that might mean that you've got a lot of strap like this, or hardly any strap like I'm doing. So I'll demonstrate this sort of mid-level, and start to pull that towards your face. You'll start to get a little bit of a bend in the elbow and draw it in. You might start to feel something there in the back of the hamstring. Okay, and then release that off a tiny weeny bit, and then we're going to start to take that out to the side. So start to open the leg out to the right. As you look towards that right foot, try and turn your toes down to the floor and your heel up to the ceiling. So you'll feel your right bottom cheek kind of tuck underneath you a little bit more. This is called an outer spiral of the top leg, so that you're turning the inner heel up, so you feel a real turn of the hip into the joint. Try and keep the legs straight as best you can. So if you need more strap, go for it. And also try to keep that arm straight. You just hold it here for a couple of breaths. Does that feel good? You should feel that inner groin. Trying to keep this bottom leg nice and strong, and then gently bring that back up to the ceiling. You're going to leave the strap in the same foot and switch hands now. All right, and then start to bring this leg, just go over about 5 degrees to start with. Well, now you're going to start to feel the outer hip here. So take your right thumb and hook it right up into your hip. Okay, wrap your fingers over your bottom like I'm doing here and turn that hip away from you. You'll feel a little bit more love in the side there, and then start to bring that leg down. Try and keep your left leg strong. Okay, and bring that leg all the way down. Oh, I love this. So if you can get it all the way to the floor, you've probably lost something. So come back. You should feel something at about 45 degrees. And if you don't, turn more this right hip down and away. Okay, hold it back. Oh, lovely. Waking up those hips and legs. Gorgeous. And then bring that back up. Well done. And then you get to bend the knee, hug it in again. So now you can hold the knee, hug that in, and then release it off. Does that feel good? Maybe give the legs a little bit of a shimmy and a shake. Now you can stay exactly where you are. I'm going to spin round so that the camera still catches me and what I'm doing. We're going to do the other side. All right. So start again by, now it's your left leg you're drawing in. Okay. Hold it by the back of the hamstring and lie down. So draw the knee towards the left armpit, so slightly wider of the ribs. And feel a little bit of resistance underneath your hands and draw that in. And it's interesting for me, this left side definitely is tighter. So, if you're doing this at home, you could give a little bit more time to the side that's a bit tighter for you. We all have slight imbalances. And let that go. Let's do that one more time. Draw it in. If you're feeling any pinching in this hip now, take a breath and just release it off and draw more of your tummy in and back. And trying to create a bit of space at the hip there. Okay, lovely. Well done. And release that off, and then we're going to take the strap again. So hook the strap into the arch of the foot or your dressing gown cord, and again extend the leg up. So you'll notice I've got less range of mobility in this left hip. Old injuries, okay, from a youngster. So I'm going to slide my hand up. You see I've got this now is probably about the max I can go without feeling pain. I don't want to feel pain. So make sure you're not pulling yourself too hard. The arm is straight, draw the shoulder back. Okay, and again, now you're going to be pulling this towards your face a little bit. And a tiny little bend in the leg is okay. See if you can straighten it more. So even if that means your strap is like this, that doesn't matter. Just feel something in the back of your leg. And okay, so one of the lovely things about practicing on your own, you don't get to compare. All right, now keep your right leg beautiful and strong and start to bring your left leg out to the side. And as you look towards that left foot, I want you, watch my foot, I'm going to turn the toes down towards the ceiling and the toes down towards the floor and the heel up towards the ceiling. So I feel that whole leg rotate in its socket, right from the hip joint. It wraps down. And I can start to get more rotation in the hip rather than just pulling out. So actually from this direction, this side for me is more open. It's my hamstring that talks to me on this side. So we're going to breathe, making sure that your ribs are drawing in, your right leg is still strong. Again, if you found that this left foot's all the way on the floor, then back it off a little bit and create more outer rotation. And go back so you can feel more of the love. All right, everyone should feel something. Delicious. We hold these poses a bit longer. Super. And then bring that leg all the way back up. Okay, we're going to go the other side. So all you have to do is switch your hands. The left arm, by the way, is sort of like a counterbalance out to the side. As you start to come over, our tendency is to lift this left hip up. So take your left thumb, hook it in the hip crease and wrap that hip down as you start to bring the leg over the top of you. Oh. And again, you know, if the foot's hit the floor, it means you probably turned something, some of your muscles off. So come back up. You should really start to feel something at about a 45-degree angle. And if you don't feel much, do more of this wrapping of the hip down. And you're getting all the way down the side of the hip, all the fascia. I feel this all the way down into my feet. It's kind of... it's delicious, but not. And I'm breathing through all of that deliciousness. Okay, I think that's it. One more breath, guys. And then bring that leg back up. Wow. And take the strap away from your foot. Hold your knee and draw that knee into your chest. Okay, and then release that off. Just take a moment there lying down to feel the difference in the sides there. Hopefully they feel nice and balanced now, having done both sides. And then what's left for us is we're doing a circle round the hips. I want to stretch finally into the front thigh. Okay, so come onto all fours. And you're going to step your left foot forward. Okay, so notice that I've got this nice big gap here, and a lot of people do get knee pain. So wiggle the foot back so that you're more on the top of the thigh there rather than the kneecap. But if that still hurts, pad your knee out. Okay, so like I've done there, pad the knee out. Bring your hands to your left thigh onto the knee. Take this, put your finger in your right hip crease and take that back in space. So lean forward a little bit and then start to bring your right foot up. See if you can get the top of the foot. Don't bend the ankle, please. You want that nice and strong. Keep this right hip crease back. Bow in and see if you can bring your foot to meet your booty. Okay, and then one day when it touches, then you can start to lunge forward a little bit more. And that might mean that you don't bow forward today. I want you to be feeling this in the body of the muscle, so about here, not up here in the hip crease. So feel it in the muscle as opposed to feeling it into the tendons or attachments. So bow in, there should be a little crease in your top hip. This is the front of the thigh, and it's you're giving your lovely work around the top of that hip, all those hip muscles. Okay, and then release that off. Okay, we're going to spin round, so you just have to twizzle round the other way. Bring the left knee down, and again set ourselves up so that you're comfy. Lean into the right leg there. Okay, and then again reach around for this back foot. No bending of the foot. And then stick your bottom back. This might be unusual for some of you if you haven't done this before, and you bow in. So this top of the thigh goes back in space. And then once your foot hits your bottom, which might not be today, might be sometime in the future, then you can start to come forward. You can do this standing up as well, actually, if the knee down on the mat hurts. A lovely stretch for the front thigh. So working into the hips like that is great if you've just been for a run or something, or have been sitting a lot, which we're all having to do at the moment, aren't we? Lovely. And then gently release that off. Turn towards me 90 degrees and then have a check with your feet. Check that they're parallel. Okay, we get all the other stuff out the way. All right, and then inhale, look up, and exhale, another nice stretch for the hamstrings. As you bow in. Okay, and then heel toe your feet together. All the way up. Come back down to your knees. Point your toes, bring your hands to your thighs. Close your eyes. If you'd like to take Shavasana now, please do. Otherwise, that was a very quick sequence for your hips and hamstrings. Namaste.